Ever. Celestial illusion. It was now Wednesday morning in the province of Equestria. It had been 4 days since the horrible tragedy of Trixie being murdered, and 3 days since Discord was turned back to stone after being framed for the murder by Queen Chrysalis. Chrysalis had achieved her first goal on a very lengthy revenge plot aimed at every pony who brought down her empire a year prior. With Discord and Trixie now out of the way, it left Chrysalis with only three objectives left: Thorax, Starlight Glimmer, and the hostile takeover of Equestria. In the meantime, it was time for mourning for the friends and family and acquaintances of Trixie. Murder was not something the ponies of Equestria dealt with often, so the gruesome murder of Trixie sent a shockwave throughout the entire province of Equestria. Trixie's funeral has just concluded, and the patrons attending the funeral service were now at the memorial banquet. The Harnessers of Harmony's table. Princess Celestia and Princess Luna are paying close attention to what is going on at that table.
Look, all I'm saying is that it's pretty hard to prove Discord is innocent when what, like 500 ponies, including Princess Celestia and Princess Luna, personally saw Discord put an energy blast right through her heart.
Fluttershy with her head down.
Can we please not talk about this?
I know the evidence is pretty stacked against Discord right now, but you have to read in between the lines. All the events immediately following after make absolutely no sense, and it doesn't add up to me. Discord's story actually makes sense. I just have to figure out a way to prove it. But that doesn't mean we have to figure it out now, Twilight. I mean, we're still at a funeral technically, and this topic is still very raw for Fluttershy and Starlight. I agree. What's done is done, and this is not the appropriate time or place to be discussing conspiracy theories. This isn't a conspiracy theory, Starlight. You're not thinking clearly because Trixie was your best friend. Yeah, and Trixie was one of your adversaries, so you're a little biased if you ask me. Fluttershy slams her hoof down on the table. Fluttershy hysterical.
Why can't you just stop? Look at what this tragedy has done to us. Instead of mourning Trixie, we're sitting here bickering and fighting each other. I'm sorry.
Fluttershy strides away from the table. Fluttershy! Tails rushes after her. Look, no offense to anyone at this thing. This talking about Trixie and her life. Horrible act that ended her life, or who really carried out the murder. Yeah, come on, y'all. We can't be bickering on with each other like this either. In some ways, Starlight is right too, Twilight. What's done is done. Princess Celestia made her decision as to who really killed Trixie, and like it or not, 500 ponies saw Discord kill Trixie. Right now, I personally don't know what to think. I do believe that it's possible that Discord was framed, but now ain't the time to be figuring it out. All of our emotions are out of sorts because Discord and Trixie both had friends and personal connections to every pony at this table. I think I'm making a point by saying none of us are thinking clearly at this point. Well said, darling. You guys need to allow time to pass before trying to decide what really happened, because right now the shock of this murder is still fresh, and emotions are dictating your actions now, and because of it you are all lashing out at one another. Meanwhile, in the lobby, Fluttershy is crying on a bench. Tails sits next to her and puts his arm around her. Is there anything I can do to help you?
No, no, unfortunately, you can't take away the guilt I feel for having to turn Discord back to stone.
You really didn't have a choice, Fluttershy. Princess Celestia would have taken the elements of harmony away from you and your friends had you not followed her orders.
After this, part of me doesn't want to harness the elements of kindness any longer.
Fluttershy, there's something I... But if I do, there's a chance I'm going to lose you. I know the agony of what you're going through right now. I, too, had to cause physical harm to someone I love deeply, even though I didn't want to do it. But Cosmo needed me to do it in order to save the universe from the Metarex. Even though I helped save the universe, it doesn't take away my pain of knowing it was my shot that ultimately killed my fiancé. I killed Cosmo to save the universe. Go ahead and say it. I'm a horrible fox. Tails crying. Tails, feeling like he doesn't deserve Fluttershy or empathy, decides to run away from her. Once outside the banquet hall, Tails uses his two tails and flies away to be alone. Same day, early nighttime. Canterlot Castle, Princess Luna getting ready to do her nightly check of Equestria. Before you head out for the night, Luna, I needed to talk to you about a pressing matter that has been weighing on my mind. I could tell something has been troubling. Does it have to do with Discord and the murder of Trixie? That's part of it. The other part pertains to Princess Twilight Sparkle and the Harnesses of Harmony in general. Well, I have a few minutes to spare before heading into the Dream Realm if you wanted to talk about it. I feel a bit uneasy because I've always been so fond and close to Twilight Sparkle. Lately, I can't help but feel that there is a sudden tension between her and I. Princess Twilight Sparkle has always been obsessive when it comes to Equestria safety. She's also very dedicated in her role as being a pony of royalty to our race. Clearly, she didn't take too kindly to our covering up the truth about our origins from Mobius. I believe that's where the initial tension originally stemmed from, and has now boiled over further with Trixie's murder, and how you threatened to take the elements of harmony away from her and her friends. I believe you're right, Luna. I should not have threatened to take the elements of harmony away from the girls like I did. None of them could even look at me or say goodbye after I forced them to turn discord back to stone. With that being said, emotions and tensions were very high in that moment. What else were you supposed to do? You and I physically saw Discord kill Trixie. It was pretty cut and dry, if you ask me. I hate to admit this because I have to admit being wrong. Discord's story of what actually happened made more sense than the reality of what really happened. Discord has had a history of deception. It wasn't that long ago he was an enemy to the entire planet of Equestria. I'm not saying it's not possible that he was framed, but it's not likely. Unless this was the work of Chrysalis. Think about it, my sister. Trixie and Discord were instrumental in the destruction of Chrysalis's hive and empire a year ago. She could have easily turned into Discord and killed Trixie. Troubling this theory is, if it indeed is the case. That would also mean that Starlight Glimmer and Thorax are in danger as well. What do you propose we do, Celestia? I think we should look into this theory some more. In the meantime, Discord will remain encased in stone until we find something that proves his innocence. It has been a long time since I checked through the ruins of Chrysalis's hive. Do you want me to do a check on it tonight while I'm on my nightly patrol of Equestria? Yes, but I don't want you going there alone. I will send a message to Princess Twilight Sparkle. I want Flash Sentry to accompany you as protection. Celestia and Luna are so busy talking they didn't notice that their only guard was leaving the room. The guard exits the castle. Once outside the palace, the guard changes into a changeling. The changeling spy flies off toward Chrysalis and the other changelings of Luna's visit. Twilight's castle. Twilight walks into Starlight and Shadow's room. Shadow, may I have a moment with Starlight, please? Sure. Shadow leaves the room. Look, I owe you an apology for my outburst this afternoon. That was neither the time or place to discuss such matters. I was being inconsiderate of your feelings, and I am sincerely sorry, Starlight. Apology accepted. Good. I didn't want your last night living in this castle to be like that. Nor did I. I'm glad you came to talk to me. I'm sorry too. Do you really think there's a chance Discord was actually telling the truth? I want to believe Discord's story. Starlight, you have to admit his story does make sense. If Discord really did kill Trixie, then why would he stay in the theater just to get caught? Then I try to look at Princess Celestia and Princess Luna's opinion of the old Discord, and the old Discord would kill Trixie and want to get it caught, just so he could gloat and play mind games with us. I just don't know what to feel right now other than sorrow for you and Fluttershy. You two are the most impacted emotionally by this. All right, I'll take a step back and think of it from a different perspective. If Discord isn't the one responsible for killing Trixie, then who would be capable of appearing as Discord? Spike opens the door and enters. Twilight, I have an urgent message from Princess Celestia. Twilight uses her magic to take the scroll from Spike's hand. Dear Princess Twilight Sparkle, I'm writing this letter to you with the greatest of urgency. I have given some thought to Discord's story and have come to the conclusion that it's possible that Discord may not have killed Trixie. While on her nightly check of Equestria, my sister Luna will make a stop at Chrysalis's old hive to make sure it's still vacant. I would like to request the services of Flash Sentry to accompany Princess Luna tonight as a safety precaution. As of right now, Discord will still be held responsible for the murder of Trixie, but I must admit Discord's story is compelling enough to make me want to double check, just to make sure Chrysalis is not really the one behind this awful crime. Luna should be arriving at your castle soon. Please inform Flash Sentry he is to protect my sister by any means necessary. Sincerely, Princess Celestia. I'm ready when you are. That won't be necessary, Spike. I'm not writing Princess Celestia back this time. Here, take this scroll to Flash so he's aware that he's going out tonight. Really? But Twilight, you always write Princess Celestia back. Not this time, Spike. Not anymore. Spike shrugs. You're really angry at her this time, aren't you? It's not that I'm angry with her. I'm just losing my trust in her lately, that's all. With everything that's happened with our origins from Mobius being covered up, and the fact that she threatened my team of stripping us of the elements of harmony, yeah, I'd say there's a reason why I don't want to associate with her right now. All right, I'll take this scroll to Flash. Just remember, Twilight, you're the Princess of Friendship. At some point, you're going to have to make amends with Princess Celestia. We don't want disharmony in Equestria now, would we? Twilight fires a glance. I'm just saying. Spike leaves. He does make a valid point, Twilight. You can't avoid Princess Celestia forever. At some point, you'll have to let your anger and distrust go and forgive her. I know from first-hand experience what it's like to hold on to a grudge and what that does to a pony. I wish I could just let it all go, but Princess Celestia has never lied or withheld information from me before until recently, and she certainly has never threatened me before either. It angers me because you know how much my team and I have given to Equestria, harnessing the elements of harmony and protecting the kingdom every time we've needed to do so. I'm just hurt that getting Discord back to stone was one of the hardest things we've ever had to do. Look how it affected poor Fluttershy. I know. Trixie's death has shocked me and has broken my heart. But on the bright side, there may be a chance that Chrysalis is the one behind all of this. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it indeed turned out to be that way. Starlight, are you sure you want to move out of my castle now? If Chrysalis is behind the murder of Trixie and the framing of Discord, that means... Excuse me. That means you're also in danger. I know you close your house tomorrow. I think you should postpone moving out of the castle until we know for sure you're safe. I have Shadow protect us, rubbing her belly. We're going to be fine, Twilight. Chrysalis doesn't have an army protecting her any longer, and even if she dares to try to harm me, Shadow will kill her quickly and efficiently. Well, as a housewarming gift, I want to have a security system installed into your home to keep you three safe, just like the system I have here. If you don't mind, of course. Of course, I don't mind. I agree having a security system like the one here. It would be a welcome addition to our home. Thanks, Twilight, for always looking out and caring for me. Starlight hugs Twilight. I'm really going to miss having you around. I'm only moving into town. I'll be a 5 minute walk away or a 1 second teleportation away. Besides, Shadow and I still work as friendship ambassadors to you, so we don't have a choice as to see you. I know. I know Trixie and I didn't like each other much, but I want to extend my deepest condolences to you, Starlight. I know Trixie was your best friend. I'm truly sorry you lost her, and if you ever need me to talk, I'm here. With Trixie's death, that just leaves you my best friend now. I just need a hug. Starlight begins to hug Twilight. Starlight begins crying over Twilight gently embraces a saddened Starlight Glimmer. Meanwhile, night was upon the province of Equestria. Most ponies were fast asleep already. However, Fluttershy was still out, desperately searching Ponyville for her boyfriend Tails. Fluttershy was concerned not only for Tails, but for her own relationship with him as well. Earlier on in the day, while at Trixie's funeral, Tails revealed to Fluttershy that even though Cosmo herself, it took a blast of energy from Tails' cannon blaster to destroy the Metarex mothership. As a result, it was a blast from Tails that ultimately killed his own fiancée Cosmo, which has led the two-tailed fox to harbor extreme guilt over her death. Fluttershy, now running out of options, has decided to stop over at Rainbow Dash's house to see if maybe Tails had stopped there to confide in Sonic. Fluttershy knocking on Rainbow Dash's door. Rainbow Dash yawns and rubs her eyes as she opens the door.
Uh, Fluttershy, it's 2 in the morning. What's going on? I am so sorry for disturbing you.
Sonic also comes to the door. Sonic's eyes are half closed. Ugh. Hey, Fluttershy. Have you found Tails yet?
No, I haven't. I was honestly hoping I would find him here. I thought that maybe he'd come and confide in Sonic.
No, honestly, I haven't seen Tails since he left our table to console you at the funeral banquet. Is everything okay? Rainbow Dash rolls her eyes.
Well, you may as well come in now. I'll go start a pot of coffee.
Fluttershy enters. Rainbow Dash goes into the kitchen to start some coffee. Fluttershy and Sonic sit down on a couch.
Tails came out to console me over having to have to turn Discord back to stone. Tails told me he knew exactly what I was going through because he was the one who killed Cosmo.
Dash yells from the kitchen.
What?
It's not like how it sounds at all. It's true what Silver had said. Had Shadow and I attacked the Metarex sooner and not worried about collecting the Chaos Emeralds, we would have caught the Metarex off guard before they had the chance to fire up their defense shield and go on the offensive. Shadow and I absorbed a Chaos Emerald each, and even with their power, we couldn't penetrate the Metarex defense shield. Cosmo always wore this amulet around her neck, and in that moment her amulet began to glow, telling her it was time to take her place with the rest of her people that the Metarex destroyed. Cosmo's amulet contained the spirit of her entire race of people, and once it opened, their power became one with Cosmo. Cosmo was our only hope. The immense power of her people allowed her to break through the Metarex force field that was protecting their mothership. Excuse me. Once inside, Cosmo was able to restrain Dark Oak and also drop the force field that was protecting the mothership. Cosmo could not escape because she was restraining Dark Oak. With the shields down, that was the only chance Shadow and I had at finishing the Metarex once and for all. Rainbow Dash now joining Fluttershy and Sonic. Shadow and I jumped into Tails' blaster, powered up into a huge fireball. Tails had to be the one that blasted Shadow and I towards the Metarex mothership. We all knew that Cosmo was going to die during this final attack, but again, we had no choice. We had to stop the Metarex from destroying the universe. We went ahead with our attack and were able to destroy Dark Oak and his Metarex minions, but not before one of Dark Oak's henchmen fired their cannon at Mobius, destroying our home as well. Cosmo gave her life to save the universe. Reigns heavy on all of us because attacked sooner, her death would have been avoided being existed heavily. Rainbow Dash sits next to her fiance and holds him as he cries.
Sonic, it's not your fault either. You all did what you had to do to save the universe from those Metarex creatures. If we would have been in your situation, any one of us ponies would have done the same thing you guys were forced to do.
I hope we never have to make a choice like the truth is Tails blames himself for her death because he's the one that fired the cannon that launched Shadow and I hurling towards the mother. He's carried such guilt over it, when in reality he only played his part in saving the universe.
Tails is all that I have now. I have to find him because I love him and I want to tell him that everything is going to be okay. Thank you for sharing the whole story of what really happened, Sonic.
Fluttershy leaves the Cloud Dominium and flies off. Meanwhile, Tails sitting in Fluttershy's rowboat on the lagoon behind Fluttershy's cottage. Tails staring into the murky water of the lagoon as his tears make ripples in the water. Tails all of a sudden feels his boat shake as if someone had just sat down. Tails, now scared, turns his attention to the bench across from him and is in shock to see Cosmo sitting in front of him. Hello, Tails. It has been a few months. Tails, with tears flowing, rushes over and embraces Cosmo.
Cosmo, I'm so sorry. I love you.
I know you do, Tails. I don't have much time. I can only come back for a few moments when I've gathered enough energy from the living to appear. I told you before I died that I'd always be with you, and I have been. Please don't blame yourself or sacrifice your happiness over your guilt for playing your part of saving the universe. Like you, I made a choice, and we made the right choice, Tails. Fluttershy is a wonderful, sweet, and kind pony who loves you very much, and like you, she had to make a difficult choice about hurting someone she loves, because at that moment it was the right thing to do. She needs you now, my love, and I want you to live the rest of your life, and don't worry about me. I'm with my family, and I am happy, Tails.
But Cosmo, I feel horrible knowing that I was the one who shot Sonic and Shadow at the mothership. I know he saved the universe from Dark Oak and the Metarex, but you didn't deserve to die.
I made a choice, Tails. I failed. Enjoy your times of peace. Dark Oak survived our attack and lives. Fluttershy knows the whole story of my death. Go to her, because there isn't much time before he arrives. Dark Oak comes in less than 1 year's time. Cosmo disappears.
Cosmo! Cosmo! Ugh. Oh.
Fluttershy can hear Tails as she's just getting home from Rainbow Dash's house. Fluttershy very quickly flies towards the lagoon and spots Tails from the air.
Tails!
Fluttershy gently lands into the rowboat and embraces Tails.
Fluttershy, I... I'm sorry I flew off like that. I was so scared I'd never see you again. Sonic told me everything that happened about the day Mobius was destroyed and how Cosmo really died. Tails, you can't blame yourself for Cosmo's death because she chose, like you, to play her part in saving the universe from the Metarex.
But we didn't save the universe. Dark Oak is still alive and he's coming to Equestria.
How do you know?
Because Cosmo was just here a minute before you arrived. She told me to stop blaming myself and to enjoy as much time with you as I can, because Dark Oak is alive and he'll be here inside 1 year. He must be tracking the Chaos Emeralds. We have to stop him before he arrives here. The Badlands. Princess Luna and Flash Sentry just arriving at Chrysalis's destroyed hive. I've never been to this place before. Honestly, it gives me the creeps. I never thought you'd be afraid of a place like this. I'll go in first. Just make sure we don't wander or get separated. I didn't say I was scared. This place is creepy, dark, and half destroyed. It reminds me of something out of a horror movie. They enter Chrysalis's changeling hive. Well, if Chrysalis is indeed behind the murder of Trixie, then we'll have a real life horror movie to worry about. I sincerely hope that Discord is really the guilty party in all of this. Princess Luna lights the way using her magic alicorn horn. At least my magic works in this hive now. It makes sense why Chrysalis has not returned to this hive since Starlight Glimmer and the Changeling Ami destroyed it. Without her magical throne protecting the hive from our magic, she'd have no chance against us now. That's one of the reasons we chose not to. Our magic was useless in this hive with her throne protecting it. They continue walking through the abandoned hive. The changeling that was morphed into a guard at Candlelock Castle earlier had warned Chrysalis and the rest of the remaining hive that Princess Luna and Flash Sentry were coming. I don't know what we're hoping to find here tonight. This changeling hive seems pretty abandoned to me. Princess Luna looking down at the ground and notices fresh cocoon slime on the ground. Remember this one bit of advice. When it comes to dealing with Chrysalis and the dark changelings, nothing is ever what it may seem, Flash said. Look down at the floor. Those are fresh slime stains, made from the changeling cocoons. They've been back to this hive recently. We must remain on our guard. Don't worry, Princess Luna. You know I have your back. I'm well aware of that. That's why my sister enlisted you to protect me. When Chrysalis's throne was intact and still possessed magical powers, this hive and its corridors would constantly change and morph, just like the changelings themselves. It's hard to navigate this place. We made a tunnel that leads to her throne room. Well, if you believe Chrysalis has been here recently, then why is it so quiet in here? I wonder if she sent a spy to Canterlot Castle. If that's the case, then her spy could have tipped her off of our visit this evening. Flash slips on something on the floor. Flash hits the floor so hard it echoes through the hive. Well, we're about to find out if this hive is really abandoned. Do you have to make so much noise? What happened anyway? I tripped over this thing. Flash her employees' backstage lanyards. Princess Luna turns to face Flash Sentry and flashes her light on the backstage pass of one of the missing theater employees. This pass is from the Canterlot Royal Theater. 6 theater employees have been reported as missing since the murder of Trixie, and this pony happens to be one of the missing backstage employees of the theater. But that means that Discord is innocent, and it was Chris who murdered Trixie as Discord, attempting to frame him for murder. Come, Flash Sentry, we must present our findings immediately to my sister. If Chrysalis wanted revenge on Trixie Discord for the destruction of this hive, why wouldn't she just kill Discord as well? Princess Luna and Flash making their way towards the exit of the hive. For a couple of reasons. First, Chrysalis is powerful, but she's no match for Discord's magic. And secondly, Discord is immortal. Chrysalis, knowing that the elements of harmony are the only thing powerful enough to bring down Discord, probably took pleasure in knowing that Discord's friends would have to turn him back into stone. Flash, I need to finish my nightly check of Equestria. Please fly back to Canterlot and deliver this lanyard to Princess Celestia. Princess Luna and Flash Sentry have made it to the exit. You can count on me, Your Majesty. Thank you, Flash. Now post haste. We must act quickly before Chrysalis strikes again. Flash bows to Princess Luna. Yes, Your Majesty. Princess Luna and Flash fly off. Princess Luna is finishing her duties while Flash flies off to Canterlot Castle. The sun has risen in the province of Equestria. Flash Sentry has delivered the theater lanyard to Princess Celestia. Princess Luna was happy to learn that Flash had delivered the lanyard safely. Princess Luna also tells Princess Celestia that the Changeling Hive was abandoned but showed signs of recent activity. Chrysalis and her changelings had fled the hive, knowing that Princess Luna and Flash Sentry were on their way. What Chrysalis hadn't realized, however, that they were a little too lax in their cleanup of the hive, left behind significant evidence of their recent activity, thus blowing her element of surprise. After the changeling spy informed Chrysalis of their unwanted guests, Chrysalis decided to temporarily abandon the hive once again. The changelings were now operating out of a cave on the other side of Equestria in the San Palomino Desert. The San Palomino Desert, secret changeling cave. Chrysalis addressing her small army. Thanks to our brave spy who is stationed in Canterlot, we were able to abandon our hive once again, thus preventing us from being discovered. However, I feel that Celestia is on to us. Therefore, we must push our plans ahead sooner than I would have liked to. In a few moments, I will leave this cave and begin phase 2 of our devious plan. Phase 2 is eliminate the elements of harmony. Now, I know all of you are hungry and need more love to feed on, but none of you are to leave this cave while I'm away today. We must lie low. I promise to bring back a meal for us this evening. As for now, I am leaving to pay my dear friend, Princess Twilight Sparkle, a visit in Ponyville. If I do not return by sunset, then your orders are to invade Ponyville by force and rescue me. Queen Chrysalis morphs into Princess Celestia. Chrysalis is Princess Celestia. So, how do I look, my changelings? Taking Celestia's form makes me ill. The changelings all hiss in unison. Chrysalis is Princess Celestia. Remember, my subjects, do not leave this cave for any reason, and if for some reason I do not return by sunset, leave Ponyville in absolute ruins. Chrysalis laughs and leaves the cave, taking the form of Princess Celestia. Ponyville, the Cloud Dominium. Tails flying up to the front door. He rings the doorbell. Rainbow Dash answers.
Tails! Fluttershy has been looking all over Equestria for you.
I know. She found me last night back near her cottage. Is Sonic around? I need to talk to him about something in private.
Yeah, he's here. Sonic! Tails is here, and he wants to talk to you in private.
Sonic comes to the door and embraces Tails. You had me worried, bud.
Anyway, I'll leave you two alone.
Thanks, Rainbow Dash. Sorry for giving everyone a scare. Sonic steps outside with Tails. So what's going on, Tails? We had Fluttershy waking us up in the middle of the night looking for you. I'm sorry about that too, but Sonic, I saw Cosmo last night. Tails, that's impossible. No, trust me. I saw her with my own eyes. I was sitting in Fluttershy's rowboat in the lagoon behind Fluttershy's property. I was crying, and then I felt the boat shake. And when I turned around, Cosmo was sitting right there across from me. She told me she didn't have much time to talk. She told me to stop blaming myself for her death, and that I should focus on Fluttershy because she loves me. Well, she's right. She's right, you know. That's not all she said either. She also warned me that Dark Oak is still alive and he'll be here inside a year. After that, she disappeared because she ran out of energy. No, it can't be. We watched the Metarex mothership get blown to smithereens. There's no way he could have survived. Tails, are you absolutely sure you saw Cosmo and that you weren't dreaming this? Sonic, I physically saw her, and even more so, I hugged her. She told me to stop blaming myself for her death, and that I should enjoy what little time I have with Fluttershy. And that's when she told me that Dark Oak escaped. This isn't good. It's of the utmost importance that we unite the Chaos Emeralds as quickly as possible with the Master Emerald at Sweet Apple Acres. I've got a better idea. Why don't I take one of the Chaos Emeralds and the X-Tornado into outer space? I can track down Dark Oak and destroy him before he even arrives here. No, Tails. Never again are we using the Chaos Emeralds. The Chaos Emeralds, after years of being used for selfish gain, caused massive instability on Mobius. It stopped time, opened up portals to alternate dimensions, and if you remember on Earth, the Chaos Emeralds created the Chaos Monster, which nearly destroyed the planet. I agree with Knuckles, this planet doesn't deserve to become a copy of Mobius. We've learned from our mistakes, which is why it's so important that we unite all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds with the Master Emerald so they never can be used again. So what? Are we just gonna sit here and wait for Dark Oak to come and destroy Equestria? I won't let this happen, Sonic. I won't let Cosmo's death be in vain. Tails, we destroyed his mothership. His entire race of Metarex have been wiped. If Dark Oak is truly coming, he's coming alone for revenge. And even more so, be in an escape pod. The last time I checked, escape pods are capable of destroying planets. Thanks to Cosmo, we wiped out the Metarex for good. So her death isn't in vain. Even if it's he's alone and will fight us alone. He doesn't have his army or his powerful space battleships. It's just him now, and I know alone he can't beat us. I hope you're right about that, Sonic. I certainly would hate for you to be wrong about Dark Oak's vulnerability. I do, I do too, Tails. You should head back to Fluttershy's and get some rest. You had quite the emotional day yesterday. We all did. You look exhausted, bud. I am, but I couldn't sleep last night with seeing Cosmo and the warning she gave me. I can't believe she was able to come back from the other side in her physical body. Well, Cosmo was a Cedrian. Her species spirits become part of the universe. They can travel anywhere they want to, remember? Cosmo told you right before she died that she'd always be with you no matter where you were or what planet you were on. If you saw her last night, that means her spirit is probably with us right now, gathering our energy so she can visit you again in the future. That would make sense considering she knew about me and Fluttershy. I just hope she doesn't hate me for falling in love with Fluttershy. Sonic puts his hand on Tails' shoulder. The only hatred Cosmo ever had was towards the Metarex. She said so herself, didn't she? She said so herself, didn't she, last night? That she wants you to live and enjoy your life for Fluttershy. Yeah, she did. Then let Cosmo go, Tails. You can't bring her back, but take some joy out of knowing she's here in spirit with you, and that she's watching over you. I guess all the stories Cosmo told us about her people being one with the universe is true. If it wasn't, she wouldn't have been able to gather enough energy to come back as her physical being. Just know she's always here with you, bud, and so am I. Thanks, Sonic. Tails embraces Sonic. Ponyville. Pinkie Pie and Manic shopping at a gift store for Starlight and Shadow's housewarming gift. I'm out of ideas, Double P. What the heck are we going to get for those two? Well, Shadow is into cooking stuff from what I've heard, so I was thinking maybe we get them a bunch of cooking utensils. In my years of knowing Shadow, I never would have thought that my girlfriend would be buying the guy a bunch of pots and pans. What else is on the registry list Twilight made for everyone? Let's see. Twilight has written down folding chairs, picture frames, decorative accents, lamps, cookware and eatery, and a bunch of household appliances. Manic amazed by a huge television on display. Oh, everybody knows you need one of these in your house. I agree. However, I can't afford to buy this. This television is like the creme de la creme of televisions. I want one and can't have one because I don't make enough money to own one. Manic puts his arm around Pinkie Pie as they stare at the television. Well, lucky for you, I'm a member of the DJ Pone 3 band. One day when I start making a ton of money, we'll come back here and I'll buy us this TV. Pinkie Pie turns to face Manic. I'm proud of you, Manic. I'm scared though. Why? You guys are going to be a big deal here in the not too distant future. I'm scared that when your band becomes famous and you're constantly touring, that you're going to forget about me. And I know you're away. What if I can't do it? What if I can't bear you not being around? Manic gently caressing his face. Hey, there's no need to worry about that yet. No matter what happens with the band, you're my angel forever, Double P. We're at least a year away from touring, even being a possibility. We still need to produce the rest of the album, and even after that, us going on tour will be dictated on how well our first album sells. Pinky, I love you, and whatever happens down the road, I know we'll find a way and get through it. I'll be making so much money, you could just quit your job at Sugar Cube Corner and tour with me in the band. I'm not so sure I could leave Ponyville for that long. We can't forget that I harness the element of laughter. I need to always be ready in case Equestria needs me to keep it safe. Ever since Trixie's murder, my pinky senses have been going crazy.
That's why I'm extra bouncy and fidgety lately. The jitters and jolts I've been feeling in my body lately haven't been good either. I can't explain to you my pinky senses and how it works. Twilight went crazy herself doing scientific research to try and figure it all out. All I do know is that something really, really bad is happening now, and the worst is still yet to come. I know that we're gonna need the elements of harmony to win this battle.
But I thought you guys already took care of Trixie's killer.
I'm not so sure, Manic. My pinky senses don't lie, and I can't help but feel a cloud of deception is descending upon Ponyville at this very moment.
Wow, you're actually starting to freak me out a little bit here, Double P. I've been with you for a couple of months now, and I never heard you talk like this. Pinky, Pinky, Pinky staring out the window of the store.
I don't know why, but I feel like Twilight's in danger.
Pinkie Pie starts shaking violently as her pinky senses are reacting to Chrysalis now making her final approach into Ponyville.
Ooh, ooh.
Pinkie Pie shakes her head as, geez, are you all right?
I'm fine, Manic. I have to get to Twilight's castle before it's too late.
Pinkie Pie bolts out of the store, leaving Manic behind and rushes for Twilight's castle. Meanwhile, Twilight's castle, Queen Chrysalis has arrived, still morphed into Princess Celestia. Chrysalis rings Twilight's doorbell. Spike answers the door. Princess Celestia, please come in. Chrysalis as Princess Celestia. Thank you, Spike. Is Twilight around? I need to have a serious discussion in person with her. Sure, wait right here and I'll go find her. Spike finds Twilight in her lab creating potions. Not now, Spike. I'm putting the finishing touches on this Pegasus potion I've been working on. Pegasus potion? Yeah, one sip of this potion and Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and Rarity would be able to grow wings and turn into a Pegasus for a short time. We could totally use this in a battle if we needed to. Oh, that's cool. I have a more important matter to tell you. Princess Celestia is here and wants to have a discussion with you. You sent a message to her, didn't you? You probably told her I was lacking trust. No, I swear, Twilight. I followed your orders when you told me not to send a message to Princess Celestia last night. If you remember correctly, I'm the one who told you last night that you wouldn't be able to avoid her forever. Twilight takes off her goggles and sets her chemical beaker down. Spike takes Twilight to Chrysalis, disguised as Princess Celestia. Chrysalis as Princess Celestia. My dearest Twilight Sparkle, it is so nice to see you again. Princess Celestia, to what do I owe this visit? Chrysalis as Princess Celestia. My sorcerer at the castle has created a device that will enhance the power of the element of magic. Instead of turning evil ponies to stone, the enhancement will be able to destroy whoever it touches. Not even an immortal being of chaos, such as Discord, can survive the power the element of magic will receive. In the defense of Equestria, your team would be unstoppable. All I would need is for you to relinquish the element of magic to me. No. Twilight, you can't say no to Princess Celestia. I know you're angry with her, but you can't just blatantly disobey the supreme ruler of the planet. Stay out of it, Spike. Did you really think I'd just give you the element of magic after you threatened to strip my friends and I of the elements of harmony if we didn't turn Discord to stone over the weekend? A month ago, I would have gladly given you the element of magic to be enhanced, but you've done nothing but lie and hide things from me. Like the truth about how we all came from the planet Mobius. And what's worse, you continue to lie and cover up how the elements of harmony are affected by the Chaos Emeralds. Throw the whole Discord fiasco and threatening to take the elements of harmony away from us on top of it, and you get a pony like me, who, I'm sorry to say, Your Majesty, doesn't trust you any longer. Pinkie Pie busts into the castle.
Twilight, you're in danger!
Chrysalis gets angry and morphs back into herself.
Chrysalis, I knew you were the one behind all of this.
Ugh! Spike runs away down the hallway. Chrysalis shoots Pinkie Pie, sealing her in a cocoon. Chrysalis uses her magic to place Pinkie Pie in front of her, shielding her from Twilight. Pinkie Pie! Let her go, Chrysalis! Spike rushes upstairs to wake Flash Sentry, who was asleep after being out all night with Princess Luna. The elements of harmony will die today, Princess Twilight, and you're the one who's going to choose the way in which they die. I want the element of magic now, or I put my horn through Pinkie Pie's heart, thus killing the element of laughter. So the choice is yours, Twilight Sparkle. Which element of harmony dies today? Twilight crying. Congratulations, Chrysalis. You've sworn revenge, and it looks like you've won. You've already killed Trixie, framed Discord for her murder, and having turned him to stone. And now it looks like you're officially inherited the element of magic. Meanwhile, upstairs, Spike waking up Flash. Flash! Flash, wake up, buddy! Oh, what's going on, Spike? Chrysalis is... Twilight is in danger! Hurry! We have to help her! Flash throws the covers off his body and rushes downstairs with Spike. Meanwhile, downstairs, how do I know that's the real Pinkie Pie and not one of your changelings? Do you really want to take that chance? Changeling or not, I'm putting my horn through this pony if I do not receive the element of magic. Flash and Spike enter the room. Twilight, you're alive! Chrysalis shoots Flash and Spike, sealing them in cocoons as well. Fine, I won't allow Pinkie Pie to die. I will give you the element of magic. Twilight goes to her safe in the den and opens it. She takes the element of magic out and places it on top of her head. Twilight walks back out, wearing the element of magic. Thank you. You've made the right choice, Princess. Chrysalis uses her magic and throws Pinkie Pie violently at Twilight. Twilight is hit so hard by Pinkie Pie's cocoon, she is knocked unconscious. The force of the impact knocks Twilight's element of magic crown off of her head. Ugh!